What up, MetaZoo Maniacs and Cryptic Campers? Today is July 21st, 2025, and this is my Loveland Frogman roll call. My hype video to show all the Loveland Frogman cards in my collection in anticipation of the upcoming set of Torrential Tides, where Loveland Frogman is the star of the show. So, as you can see here, we have like a playmat of New Year's celebration Loveland Frogman cards. Now I'm going to include cards that, just have Loveland Frogman on it in my collection. Absolutely crazy card. One of the best looking cards that is super duper cheap. So back in 2024, Slab Sharks up in Canada was selling these PSA 10 slabs for like anywhere from $3 Canadian to like maybe $15 Canadian. At one point I had 15 of these slabs, but now I have 11. Absolutely amazing looking cards. I mean, they're so cheap, and they're all PSA 10s. So obviously there's a lot of PSA 10s in the population report for this card, but absolutely beautiful to look at, right? And what do we all like? We like shiny cardboard. And speaking of nice shiny cardboard, like really nice shiny cardboard, we got Cryptid Camp Loveland Frogman. Absolutely bonkers. That holo foil is something special. So yeah, if you haven't collected Cryptid Camp cards yet, you might want to. They're pretty damn nice. They're pretty cool. And a lot of the artists that draw Cryptid Camp cards also draw MetaZoo cards. So, yeah, that is absolutely beautiful. Anyway, so that's my only Cryptid Camp Loveland Frogman card. Now we got a whole bunch of MetaZoo Topps Chrome coming up. So first, from Nick Strength and Pokemon, I finally got this in the mail. This is actually my only Cryptid Camera PSA 10 card, like from any cryptid. I don't have any cryptid cameras for some reason. I have no idea why. But yeah, PSA 10 cryptid camera. It's just the base Loveland Frogman, not serialized or anything. But there's only 3 of these graded as a PSA 10. So that's kind of cool. And it was from Nick Strength and Pokemon. And where is Nick Strength and Pokemon? This is his cryptid. Anyways, so we got the Aura Holo, Top Series 0, Loveland Frogman from the very first Top set. PSA 10. Now, what's cool about this is when Top Series 0 came out, everyone thought that, oh, look at this, so much damage on the plastic. But everyone thought that when you got the Aura Holo card, it was going to be hollow on the inside, not just the border. And it was disappointing because it was like, it looks pretty sweet with the hollow on the border, but we thought the inside was going to be hollow. And then along came Topps Chrome. And oh my goodness, did they ever do it right? Absolutely crazy. So let's put that down. This is one of the nicest looking MetaZoo cards, period. Absolutely crazy. And this might be one of the best, if not the best, Loveland Frogman artwork ever. I mean, tell me you don't want this card. Right? These refractors from MetaZoo Topps Chrome in the right lighting are absolutely insane. So we got one of those, got one of these from Nick Strength of Pokemon as well. Then I have another 3 right here. Like, look at this. Like a Skittles commercial. Taste the rainbow. Yeah, man. Okay, so we got a few Topps Chrome Loveland Frogman cards, so about 4 of them. And then I do have a 5th, which is an interesting one, because it does have an autograph on it from the artist. Authenticated on the back. Not authenticated up here, so I imagine it was authenticated afterwards. Very different. But nonetheless, right? Look at that. Absolutely crazy. So 5 of the Loveland Frogman refractor cards, PSA 10. One of them's autographed. And then another one that I received from Nick Strength of Pokemon. The alternate art Loveland Frogman, PSA 10. So now I have 3 of those, which is always nice. But this original artwork is just absolutely crazy. Way better than this one. This still looks nice, but this original one, crazy. Who was the artist behind this? Oh yeah, Chris Catman. So that would be Chris Catman's signature right there, or autograph. Boom. Okay, and who drew this one then? Oh, Poncho. Look at this, Poncho. You were outdone by Chris Catman. I like this Chris Catman artwork a lot better than this one. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this one. It's like 9 out of 10. But this is a home run. This is 10 out of 10. So, Yeah, absolutely crazy. Anyways, let's keep rolling on. So we got 3 of those. What do we got next here? Oh yes. Here, we gotta show these side by side. The X-Fractor. Oh man. Sorry, I'm a little shaky here. I'm just trying to balance it. Yeah. Absolutely crazy. So we got an X-Fractor. This is my only X-Fractor for the Alternate Art Loveland Frogman PSA 10, which I picked up from Nick Strength and Pokemon for a whole $13 in auction. No one wanted to pay more than like, I think it was like $13.66. That's absolutely nuts. And I needed this for my collection. And it's Loveland Frogman, the second most popular cryptid besides Mothman. Or at least until October when Wendigo comes out. But absolute, I mean, banana steal of a deal. I don't know, that's totally insane. Another one I picked up from Nick Strength of Pokemon for like $70, which is absolutely sick to look at. I already had one too. So there's only 3 of these as a PSA 10. There's only 4 of these as a PSA 10, so I was happy to pick up another. Absolutely crazy card. Yeah. I mean, you just can't get bored looking at those. Okay, so X-Fractor, Original Art Loveland Frogman. And then, I do have one of the green ones. Color match. Loveland Frogman, green border. Serialized out of 99. I used to have 2 of these. One of them I bought from Argos and then I sold it anyways. This one I bought raw on eBay and it graded as a PSA 10. I don't know about other collectors out there, but when you buy a card raw and you're able to grade it as a PSA 10, it just holds more value than just buying the slab straight up. But I mean, I don't mind buying the slab straight up, but if you buy it from a fellow content creator like this one from Nick Strength the Pokemon, I mean, it just holds an extra cool little value too. Next, I believe I paid $100 for this at one point. The Gold Refractor, Loveland Frogman, Alternate Art, serialized out of 50. So what number is it? Oh yeah, number 4. That's actually special to me. If anyone knows my story with the Chaos Crystal, it was serialized 4 out of 50. Sorry, 4 out of 5. So anytime I get a card that's serialized 4 out of whatever number, it's like extra special. Anyways, yeah, the Gold Refractor PSA 10, $100, why not? Very nice card. Next, we have the Battles card. I think I paid like $80 for this card, which is a steal of a deal. It's a PSA 10. I think it's the only PSA 10 for the Loveland Frogman Battles card out of 99. Color match again. Absolutely insane. Crazy. And then Cryptic Keeper knows what's coming next, which is this one right here. I mean, I can't talk about this enough. It's serialized 1 out of 5. Grade doesn't matter, it's PSA 9. Bought it for less than $150. It was in China during the middle of the MetaZoo dip when no one cared about MetaZoo. So maybe like 3 people were bidding on this card. Absolutely insane. And actually, quick fact, there actually is a PSA 10 Black Refractor Loveland Frogman Flatwoods Monster Battle card. But this is number 1 out of 5. But maybe we'll talk about that later at the end of the video. Actually, I'll just say it right now. What would you rather have? Like, say number 2 out of 5 as a PSA 10? Or number 1 out of 5 as a PSA 9? I think that's like a 50-50. It's like a coin flip. I think they're both absolutely insane. Next, we're going to get to the fan art from none other than KBDX Tokyo. Boom! Loveland Frogman. That's how you take a regular whatever aura card, just a card that no one cares about, in your bulk, and you could turn it into something special. So if anyone out there knows how to draw and you have a lot of bulk, you can make some pretty cool cards that a lot of people in the community would probably like to collect if you are good at sketching stuff. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, so we got that. And of course, the Loveland Frogman Venom card. Right? KBDX Tokyo. Boom. Right? That's Venom. I don't care. I know it's a different character or whatever. But from where I'm sitting, that's Venom. That's absolutely bonkers. Anyways, so we're getting towards the end here. What do we got next? Oh yeah. The Chibi Parade. Loveland Frogman's leading the way. Probably because Mothman's not on there. But, or Wendigo. Absolutely crazy. And this card's special to me because I bought it from SoCal TCG before he was SoCal TCG. So I think I paid like $35 for that or something. but it's just cool because of where it came from. The first guy to ever have a PSA 10 blue ink. Anyways. Oh yeah, and then Chibi from the same set, the Valentine set in 2022. Chibi Loveland Frogman. Very, very cool card. Obviously PSA 10. Let's get those beside each other. Boom. Very nice old school cards. I can't believe that's over 3 years old now. That's totally insane. Where am I going to put all this? Next, we have Hero Quest Loveland Frogman. Absolutely nuts. This was when Hero Quest was great. I love KBDX Tokyo's last video when he went to Hero Quest booth and Collecticon. It was like, what is this? And I agree. What the heck happened to Hero Quest? This is when it was great. Absolutely awesome card. And then, oh, the card that everyone forgot about. We got the Loveland Mailman. Anyone that's from OG MetaZoo that played the game knows how good this card was and how insanely expensive it was. This card used to sell for well over $100, maybe even $200 raw. And now, I mean, it's so cheap. As a PSA 10, you could probably buy it for less than 50 bucks now. It's so cheap. But as a PSA 10, these used to sell for over 300 bucks. And then there's this one. Probably the one I paid the least amount for out of all of them. It's autographed by Sebastian Batello. There's not many of these out there that are PSA 10 authentic auto. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there's a signature down there. But yeah, one of the cool old school Loveland Frogman cards that I think a lot of people just forgot about, don't care about. Maybe you can't play with it anymore. I don't know. But this card used to be pretty legendary and I think still is. Anyone that's looking at this right now is like, oh yeah, Loveland Mailman. Absolutely crazy card. And quick little story, Loveland Mailman is the reason why I ever joined the MetaZoo Discord, because that's how I realized from watching other YouTube videos like EpicTube HD that you need to be in Discord to, you know, see all the alerts and like the updates and, you know, the announcements for when the product was dropping, where to go, what time to be, you know, on the MetaZoo Marketplace for the drop, like all that kind of stuff. It was because of this card that I actually joined the MetaZoo Discord, so it's very interesting. And now we're down to our last two cards, and I'm going to save the best for last. So second last is Kickstarter Loveland Frogman. Absolute grail in my collection. I know it's dropped a lot in value. People don't really care about Kickstarter too much anymore. But all I think about when I see this is less than 4 years ago, this was unattainable. Like, there's not even in my wildest dreams. Like, this was well over $1,000 card. This card was insanely, I don't know, it was just out of reach. You know, the only thing above it was obviously Mothman, Kickstarter, or Chaos Crystal. Actually, all the full holo Kickstarter cards were out of reach. Absolutely insane. I can't believe I even have that in collection to this day. And now we're on to my last Loveland Frogman card. I mean, I could sell everything you just seen in this video, and I wouldn't even care as long as I got to keep this card. Like, if I had a house fire and everything burnt except for this last card, I'd be okay with it. Because this card has more value to me than any other card. It's just a regular first edition Loveland Frogman card. But the reason why this has so much value to me is because it came out of a MetaZoo Cryptid Nation first edition booster box that I paid $900 American for. $900 American. At the hype, the top of MetaZoo. So, I mean, imagine how much this card was worth at the time if first edition Cryptid Nation booster box was $900 American. $900 American. That's insane. That's more than a case of new MetaZoo. So, anyways, yeah, I pulled this card out of that box, and I have a few other cards that came out of the box that graded a PSA 10 as well. But yeah, I would never, ever, ever, ever sell this card because I paid $900 American for a box of Cryptid Nation first edition, and this was the best card that came out of it. I didn't get a Mothman. I did get a Power Up Red, a Piazza Bird, a Sam Sinclair, and they all graded PSA 10s, but Loveland Frogman was a top hit, and it graded a PSA 10. Yeah, thank goodness I got 4 PSA 10s out of the box that are worth maybe, you know, 20 bucks each now. But I paid $900 American for a box that this came out of. So this is by far my prized possession out of Loveland Frogman cards. Even above that 1 out of 5 Loveland Frogman. Where is it here? Yeah. Sorry, Cryptic Keeper. I gotta do this every video. But, yeah, even above this. Like, if I had to choose, if I was on some show and they're like, you gotta burn all your cards, all your Loveland Frogman cards except for one, I would burn this any day over this card. So, anyways, maybe that's my 2 top Loveland Frogman cards. Well, this one's pretty cool too. But where is it? I already lost it. Hold on, give me 2 seconds here. Oh yeah. Definitely in the top 3 though, this Venom Loveland Frogman. Absolutely crazy. Oh, maybe actually, where are we here? I really do like this one too. Because it's just so nostalgic for me. Where the heck did I put it? Give me 1 sec here. Where's the autograph? Sebastian Botello, Loveland Mailman. Am I going nuts? Oh, it's right here. So yeah, my top 4. Top 4. So, this one, because of the story behind it, and I think most of us watching this video can relate, right? With your collection, it's not about the value necessarily, or even the rarity. It's about the story behind it, right? I outbid Cryptid Keeper for this card. It was a West Coast, East Coast battle in Canada for this card, coming from China. So that's cool. That would always be special. That one's obviously from the $900 box. This is from KBDX Tokyo, the sickest Loveland Frogman. I know it's not supposed to be Loveland Frogman. I can't emphasize that enough. But to me, that's what I thought of when I first seen it. And I thought of Venom. And then this, I mean, brings me back right to when I started in MetaZoo. And to have an autograph version of the card, PSA 10, psh, I couldn't even imagine that back in the day. So, yeah, I guess that'll be my top 4. We'll go top 5. Let's make a top 5. And then just to have a card like this, to have a Kickstarter Loveland Frogman PSA 10. Because when I go back to the days of first edition, paying $900 for a box, having a Kickstarter Loveland Frogman, it's not even in my thought process. I mean, that was just way out of the realm. That's insane. Anyways, like when I put my mindset to about 3.5 years ago, thinking about that card, I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I actually have that in my hand right now. So anyways, there's my top 5. If I had to put them in order, well, obviously that's number 1. What would be number 2? Yeah, we'll do it like this. So my top 5, impromptu at the end of the video here. So my 5th favorite Loveland Frogman card that I own. I mean, as far as shininess goes, I don't think anything could beat this. It's absolutely insane. Actually, where's the X Factor? Sorry, this is all impromptu on the spot. No editing necessary. Even though maybe it would have helped at this point of the video. These two for shiny factor, for shiny cardboard, I mean, top of the top, right? But as far as favorite ones, just as far as like sentimental value, I guess. Well, this isn't really sentimental, but it's just crazy to have a Loveland Mailman card that's actually autographed, and that's a nice auto too. So that's number 5. Number 4, Kickstarter Loveland Frogman. Just because when I put myself in the mindset of 3.5 years ago, I can't even believe I own this card, that it's actually in my hand, because this card was worth, you know, a lot. Well over $1,000, maybe $2,000. It was worth a lot. This one, it's just badass. I mean, and it's KBX Tokyo, the #1 content creator in the Bronx. I mean, come on. Crazy. And then this one, obviously the crazy battle. That's me, Loveland Frogman. That's Cryptid Keeper because he lost. And yeah, I won that bidding battle for less than $150 American. That's absolutely insane. But at one point in 2024, spending $150 American on a MetaZoo card was not very likely. Unless maybe it was a sample card. And then, obviously the card that came out of a $900 first edition booster box. So anyone new to MetaZoo, can you imagine paying $900 for a first edition booster box? Damn. Anyways. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. I got to clean up here. It's a little bit of a mess. Absolutely crazy. And obviously, Cryptid Camp. I mean, they're making some pretty sweet stuff over there. I can't lie. And that's a pretty cool Loveland Frogman. And that hollow. Oh man, that hits different. Anyways. So yeah, comment below. Let me know what you think. I really, really hope I see other people making Loveland Frogman content in the next, couple days, week, 2 weeks before Torrential Tides come out. I'm looking forward to hearing the stories behind why you have the cards, why you like it, why it's in your collection, all that good stuff. So anyways, comment below, let me know what you think. Let's see some Loveland Frogman roll call videos, and we'll see you in the next video.